Welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be doing a video on one of the most interesting topics out there in the fitness community right now. Should you bulk? Should you cut? Or should you maingain? Before we get this video started, I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed. Thank you to everybody that showed me support. If you're watching this for the first time, please take the time to subscribe, drop a like, and leave a comment. Now let's get this video started. Should you bulk? Should you cut? Or should you maingain? My preferences, depending on where you're coming from. If you are extremely lean, sub 10% body fat, that's the only time you should bulk until you get to a proper body fat percentage. Anywhere between 10 to 15%. Depending on how your body feels, right? You see so many of these young kids nowadays who are just low body fat percentage, trying to hold that leanness and not building any muscle. Especially when you're a teenager or young adolescent. They want that Instagram look, that peel look. No, if you're too lean and you can see visible abs, I'm talking about shredded, you have shredded lines, and not that much muscle, that's the time you should bulk. Should you cut? I want to say most people should cut because we are very obese now, very out of shape, very fat now. If you're higher than 20 to about 30% body fat, that's the time you should cut. If you're obese, if you're fat, if you overeat all the time, and you have no self-control, that's the time you should cut. But you should cut properly. The reason most people fail at diets is because they try to cut too hard. They try to cut so many calories so they can see instant results, instant gratification. Like I seen some commercials on Jenny Craig. I've seen people who work with Jenny Craig. They'll be on 12 to 1,500 calories and weighing over 300 pounds, 250 pounds. How is that sustainable? It's not. Yes, you may lose weight in the short term, but you won't be able to keep it off, right? So if you're gonna be cutting, you gotta make sure you cut properly. You cut only, especially in the start, when you're not disciplined, about 200 to 300 calories. Sometimes just going on a maintenance will help you lose weight because you're overeating so much. It's calories in versus calories out. It's that simple. It is that simple. So that's the only time you should really cut. It's when you're obese, when you're fat, when you're overweight. And it's not that hard, right? You want to live a long life. You want to be healthy. You want to be rich. You want to be healthy. Because no matter how much money you have, if you're not healthy, it means nothing. Now, let's talk about my favorite of them all. Because I don't bulk and I don't cut. Maingain. Maingaining changed my life. Greg Doucette made this famous, and it changed my life. So many people in the industry got this one wrong, and it's funny. It's hilarious. People who call themselves personal trainers or fitness gurus or been in the industry for so long, they think they know what they're doing, but then they did it wrong and then try to blame Greg for it. Maingaining works if you're around 12 to 15%, even 10% depending on your genetics. It works if you're doing it properly. You can't try to maingain sub 10% and then try to blame somebody else because you didn't know what you were doing. One person in particular, Remington James, tried to blame Greg Doucette for why he wasn't seeing results. Because he was trying to maingain at a low body fat percentage. It's not gonna work. You hear so many of these guys say, maingaining doesn't work. You have to bulk, you have to cut. No, you don't. I've been maingaining for 3 years. And I look magnificent for myself. 35 years old, never felt better. I don't have to yo-yo diet. I don't have to go up and down, up and down. If I do want to do something, I get into a slight deficit. Just to see my abs a little bit more. I have abs all year round. But if I want to see them a little bit more, go into a slight deficit. Nothing drastic. I already do so much cardio throughout the year that I can enjoy my life. I can eat 35 to 4,000 calories because I'm running, I'm cycling, I'm swimming, I'm playing basketball, lifting weights. I'm doing so much activity that I can enjoy my life. So if you're around 12 to 15%, you should be maingaining. Because if you think about it, most people don't understand. If you bulk, all you're putting on is water, fat, and a little bit of muscle, especially if you're natural. You gain 20 pounds, you'd be lucky if five of those pounds is actually muscle. Then you have to cut back down. And now what happens? You lose some of that muscle. So you gain 5 pounds of muscle. Now you lose to about 3. But if you would have just maingained all year round, you could have gained 3 pounds of muscle. And it would have looked the same. If you'd done cardio all year round, you get to enjoy your food and not have to use a bulk as an excuse to cheat, to eat disgusting food. Why would you want to eat disgusting food that your body can't really process? Because you want to go on a bulk, because you want to put on muscle. Like I just explained to you. You're not really putting on that much muscle. But if you maingain all year round, you're in great shape all year round, you're doing your cardio all year round, and you still get to enjoy your foods you want to. You still get to go out and eat. But you're being disciplined. And that's what maingaining is. It is all about discipline. And we don't have that in society right now. We don't. We want to indulge. We want to use the holidays as an excuse of why we're getting fat or putting on weight. Man, that's just an excuse. There's an excuse for everything. Like the famous saying says, everyone has an excuse, right? Everyone has an excuse for everything. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one. So, I hope what you took away from this message is the only time you should be cutting is when you're obese, fat, and have a lot of body fat on you. The only time you should be bulking is when you're sub 10% body fat and you don't feel good and you're lethargic and you're not putting on muscle. And for the most of us who are already in shape, great shape, that's the time you should be maingaining. Get 12 to 15% body fat, you should be maingaining. You will see the best results out of that. But if you're trying to maingain when you're sub 10%, you only have you to blame. Because that's not what Greg said. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody to subscribe. If you're watching this for the first time, please take the time to subscribe. Please take the time to drop a like and leave a comment. Remember, work hard today for a better tomorrow, and I'll see you on the next video.